How's it going, guys? It's Richard, and yesterday we saw the release of the Kalphite King, so I thought I'd give you a really quick update on just what I thought of the boss fight and also how lucky I got. So straight off, I got very lucky. I got myself a split of a Drygor longsword. I was involved in the Rune Shark mass, where there were clearly far more than 20 people in there, inside the instanced area. But yeah, so that was glitched. But I got a 23.8mm split of a Drygor longsword, which is a pretty nice split. And also some other people got a bit more than they deserved because other people didn't realise they got a split and so picked up the cash piles that were left on the floor. But still, that's just how it works really, isn't it? So a couple of quick opinions. I thought the instancing system was a bit broken. I think it was cool that it existed, but the way that it was broken seemed a bit bad. The way that easily more than 20 people could get in there. I thought it was a bit of a shame that they have made this instance system to be so awesome, and it turned out to just be a very basic interface where it wasn't even an interface, it was literally just options in your chat box. I personally thought it was going to be a little bit more like the dungeoneering interface, so you'd have some options on screen, things like that, so you could choose the respawn rate from a drop down list, like a slider for the number of players, and then you could just enter the combat level instead of having this very primitive chat box style thing that I honestly thought they were starting to move away from. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that gets some changes because it's clearly broken. Easily more than 20 people could get in there. I think at one point there was easily like 100 people in there. It was ridiculous, and it obviously means that the kills are very quick, so perhaps that brought way too many items into the game, but still, it was pretty awesome in general that there was the instancing system, and it's very nice that they've got that for groups. About the actual boss fight, I thought that the way that there was sort of you had to use specific abilities to avoid this massive one-hit KO attack, I thought that was quite cool, but at the same time I thought it's a little bit dependent on. First of all, you've got to either be at ultimate to use barricade or immortality for when you get the aggression of the Kalphite King, and secondly, if you're using resonance, then there's the possibility that a minion could attack you, and so that hits the one that heals you instead, which I think is a little bit bad that that's possible. But still, I mean, I still think it's pretty awesome that you have to use abilities to avoid these massive attacks, otherwise you will die. And yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Some of the other attacks, the one where these big orbs go over your head, I swear you couldn't move during the period. Like you very often get stunned in that arena and you can't move. Well, not stunned, sorry, bound. And so you can't actually move away from the attacks. And it meant that when these big orbs came above your head, there was really not very much you could do. And then they would explode and they would deal ridiculous amounts of damage. And I'm talking like 5k hits at once. And that on the Rune Shark video, they showed that there were 29 people that got killed at once. I was one of those 29 people, and yeah, I thought it was ridiculous. Like, literally, the number of bones that were left on the floor because so many people got KO'd like that. I think it's a bit of a shame that you couldn't move out of the range of that. But I think still, I mean, obviously having the KO potential, it keeps you on your toes. It keeps kind of exciting. I thought it was kind of fun. And the way it like burrows around the arena and stuff, it's just got a few nice mechanics. But I mean, one small problem I had with it is that it didn't seem to have much clarity with what attacks it was doing. There are several attacks that seem to be quite similar, and the massive like jizz attack, as people have called it, it seems is very hard to prevent, as I said. So I don't know. Maybe there'll be some changes to that. Maybe they'll make it a little bit clearer. Like maybe there'll be some like chat above its head. Obviously, perhaps not because it's not human, so to speak, or humanoid. But I mean, I still think it'll be interesting to see how it changes in the next few weeks. But yeah, in general, I think in a couple of weeks, when people have got some tactics fine-tuned, I think it'll be interesting to see how good the boss fight will be, what sort of money it can be. The basic drops seem to be a bit variable, like the way that it sometimes would drop 50 sharks. I thought, well, you're going to be high-end people. If it's supposedly the hardest boss in the game, why aren't you dropping rock tails instead? I mean, I guess it's the equivalent of the brew drop that Next gives. And at the same time, the other drops, like, it will quite often drop things like 10 UC. That's quite good. That's quite a fair amount of money. I think it's quite good that it has got some reasonable value just to go and kill it like that. But I don't know. In general, I think I'm a bit sort of split in opinions on the boss fight. It just seemed to be a little bit, I don't know, basic almost. I think it felt like it was very rushed at times. I get that with a lot of the updates with Jagex though. It feels like a lot of the updates are pushed very hard, and so they don't get finished as they should, which is definitely the case with the evolution of combat as well. But it's just something that we have to get used to with the new Jagex. They want to rush updates. I mean, if that's what they're going to do, then they'll have terrible updates and they'll lose players. But if that's what they think they're going to do to win players, then I'll let them do it. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Just quick opinions on the Kalphite King and my luck, as I was very lucky. So I hope to see you in the next video. Maybe in a couple of weeks I'll have a guide out for it, but we'll see. So thanks for watching.